Lewis Yin, who is a Taiwanese oil painter based in Canada, has been selected to become the senior signature member of the Federation of Canadian Artists. Yin suffers from the post-polio syndrome, but that doesn't stop him from cultivating strong artistic talent and pursue his passion. He's returned to Taiwan for his first formal exhibition.
Here on the artist's palette, all kinds of colors are lined up in order. The lack of the mess you'll find in an ordinary studio shows how conscientious its owner is. One stroke at a time, a focused expression on his face, he carefully adds color to every detail. Canada's famous Moraine Lake appears vividly before our eyes, as though we were there. Painter Lewis Yin, leaning here in front of the canvas, lives in Vancouver, Canada. In just 5 short years, he has come to stand out in the international oil painting scene. His oil paintings aren't just brightly colored. What he gets through with his meticulous brushwork are sincere emotions.
I think for oil painting, how to express your affection is very important. I think in my paintings, I put a lot of affections. I transfer the love for my wife to my paintings. So that's why a lot of people say my paintings has a lot of stories. So my wife and I, we met when she was 16 and she married me when she was 17. At that time, her family was not happy about this marriage, but she wanted to stay with me, to marry me. And for that, I thank her.
His love for his wife, built up over several decades of marriage, has become a rich, endless source of creative energy. In order to keep creating the scenes he envisions in his mind, Yin has been painting almost every day since the moment he first picked up a brush. But this naturally gifted artist suffers from post-polio syndrome. Even over the past few years, as the atrophying of his muscles has begun to impact his work, and he started using a camera tripod to support his wrists, he still hasn't given up.
I don't think I paint a lot, but I do spend a lot of time painting because I started painting around 3 o'clock in the morning until I cannot go anymore every day. Yeah, so mostly I paint like 16, 17 hours a day. It's very common. For instance, this piece, it takes me a lot longer, right? And besides, right now, before I paint pretty quickly. I can finish like 1 piece a day in the early days. Yeah, but right now, because I have post-polio syndrome, my muscle it's fading, so I can no longer paint as fast. Yeah, so it's getting a bit tough for me and more difficult to control my brushes. Yeah.
This glistening bunch of grapes looks as though you could reach out with your hand, grab it, and put it in your mouth. But the 5-painting series Sunset over Sutan Bay is even more of a classic Lewis Yin work. The sea reflects the last of the sun's afterglow. The refraction of the light lets viewers feel as though they're standing by the sea, admiring the beauty of nature and forgetting where they are. This series of paintings was selected as the best among works by more than 90 painters shown at the Garibaldi Art Club's fall show. This is thanks to a technique called chasing the light that Yin has worked hard to develop since first stepping into the world of oil painting.
I learned visual science because I thought at that time, if I know human eyes better, I know how it functions, how it reacts to different colors and shapes, I can definitely, in the future, paint something that will suit our favor, make human eyes like to watch that. I think I truthfully express and put those colors in where they should be. That's what I do.
Lewis Yin combines science and fine oil painting techniques, and his use of his chasing the light technique means that every one of his works has caused a stir in oil painting circles. After painting for only a few years, he has received the highest honor for Canadian artists in record time, selection as a senior signature member of the Federation of Canadian Artists. This is the top spot in the Artists' Federation. In 75 years, only a handful of artists have made it through the strict review process. For the rest of their lives, signature members can enter their works in any federation competition without needing to go through the selection process. They can skip the preliminary and secondary stages and submit their works straight into the finals.
A lot of people think it's the highest status in artists in Canada, right? But you know what? I don't think so. I don't think it that way. Actually, the day I received it, I was happy, but only for one day. The next day, I told myself, I'm not at the peak of the mountain. I'm actually at the base of the mountain.
This international recognition has also attracted the attention of the British brand Rosemary, the world's largest maker of paintbrushes for artists. They've named 2 sets of their latest brushes for 2017 after Yin. The brand carefully selects only a few names from among the contemporary masters for this honor. Lewis Yin is not only one of the handful of artists from around the world to receive this honor, he is also the only Taiwanese painter to have received it. Amid warm applause, Yin is back in his hometown again, holding his first exhibition. The venue isn't a quiet gallery or exhibition hall, but the bustling Shulin train station. While the paintings don't move, they still attract the attention of hurried passengers. Everyone is drawn to the paintings and stops to enjoy them.
From the beginning of my career, I told myself, one day I want my painting showing in the National Gallery. But then this time, actually, when I was ready to have this exhibition, my hometown people, they were saying, offering, I should go to Taipei City or Banqiao district. But instead, I didn't want to do that because I wanted to begin with stuff from my hometown, Shulin. It's a little town, little district, but it's where I begin with. So in my heart, it's the biggest city in the world.
Despite his physical ailments, Lewis Yin demands perfection in every piece he paints. On the flip side of his extreme self-discipline is a burgeoning creative energy. This passion has led him to triumph over physical obstacles and show life's power to overcome with his brush.